Hello everyone, in this video we will talk about post and its operation like adding post, deleting post, showing them in the page. We have a post class and it has some properties, and by using some patterns we apply some principle and functions easily. In this video we will also talk about the iterator pattern to show our all posts in a page by iterating them. So let's start with the post classes. Posts is an abstract class and it has some properties like title, post, category ID, and description. Uh, these are the common properties which can be accessed from the child, and we have a static function called insert post. The responsibility of this function is to insert a post information to DB database. It gets DB instances and image path to apply this operation. It also file upload function. I think you are familiar with this function because we use this function in uh, user user class. Uh, this function use some software principle like we how can I explain? We have many uploading strategy, and when we put a different saver object to here, the uploading behavior completely change. Uh, Why we have this post abstract class? Because when we need to add another post type uh, without any uh, main class or super class, we need to change main thing to use these classes in the system. But by polymorphism inheritance, by using polymorphism and inheritance, when we need another post type to system, we don't need to change many things. It's easy to implement, and in this way we get a reusable program. Uh, the delete post static method deletes the post from database, its guest ID and database instances itself, and execute deleting query. Then I want to talk about a questionnaire post. The questionnaire post is the common post for default user. They are not expert. Uh, Default user can ask question to classify mushrooms or their values, assess, and expert can give void to this post, which indicate it's eatable or toxic. We have image path property. It is a private properties. We need to define image uh, get image function to get our image path. As you can see, for each properties we define a public function to get them, and also we have get user setting function, which is different from post abstract class. By calling this static function, we can get the post object, which belong to the post ID. I will delete this one. This one must not be here. And also we have get statics method. These methods calculate eatability rate and toxic rate of the posts by using eatable and toxic features, and it return them. Then they will shown in the post field, related post fields. we can see here. Uh, if we post, if we send a new post, the eatability and toxic values will be 0, and when I try to calculate a rate from them, I will get a zero division uh, exception error. Uh, to avoid them, we will check if both of them is 0, we will return 0 rates for each of them. In the other way, we will calculate total and we will divide eatable voids number to total. Then it will be eatable rate. We will send it and we will subtract it. We will subtract it from 100 to calculate toxic rate. This is our post class, and let's see how we insert it also. Yes, here we prepare a query for posts. It is an insertion query. Then we will put the related parameters inside of this execute function, and we will get the result. It will say us the posting operation is done successfully or not. If the posting operation is done successfully, we will get a post success message. We need to get a post success message. For this purpose, we will send the type of the message. Then we will show it in the related page by using messenger facade class. I explained it in the previous videos. So let's go and see how it's deleted, how a post deleted. When a post deletion of request come, we will check the ID of the query request. If it's not empty, we will delete the post by using delete post static function of questionnaire post. I explain how this let's explain how this static function works. Let's go to the related part. I think it must be here. Up, 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 up. Okay, it is the function of the general, how I say it, superclass. The we will create a query for deleting post, and we will give the ID of the related post, and we will execute it. In this way, we will delete the post successfully. Then we will go to the profile.php page, and let's go and see how the eatability and toxic rate increase when an expert gives a void to increase eatability. The eatable bottom is subnetted, eatable form is subnetted, and we will check the post global variable contains eatable bottom or not. If it contain, we will get post ID, and we will prepare a query to get our post. When I get the post, I will increase the eatable feature. Then I will update it again by this query. I will prepare a query and I will execute it. When the query executed, we will go to the related post page again. We will do the same thing for increasing toxic rate. When expert gives, when expert click the increase toxic rate, this form will submit it, and the same thing will done similarly in this scope. So what I need to do now, we need to explain how our posts are shown in the system by using iterator pattern. Firstly, I want to go iterator UML part. This is our iterator UML part. I will show it more clear in this way. Let's talk about what is the iterator. Iterator pattern. What is the iterator pattern? Iterator pattern. This is used to get a way to access element of collection object in a sequential manner, without any need to know underlying representation. I use this pattern to show my posts from post repository in the post page. To apply this pattern, you need to create two interfaces. One of them is the my container interface. The second one is the my iterator interface. These interface have some functions. My container interface have a function called getIterator. It will return the iterator of the repository. Its type is the myIterator. Its returning type is the myIterator. Then the post repository implements this interface. The post repository have some properties like posts. This is the collection, store the post, and we have a construction function. It will get db as a parameter to fetch all posts and put them into array. Then we have a getIterator function which come from the super interface. Then we have getCollection, which return the collection of the posts. Also we have iterator concrete class. This class have some properties like index. Index is the property used to keep track the posts. We learn the next post by using next index feature. This has next function return true if there is a post to return. Otherwise, there is no post to return. We will get false. The next post will return us the next post to us, and when there is no post to return, we will get a null value to it from it. The client use the post repository to iterate posts in the system. Then let's see the code, and let's try to explain how all of this work. I will open my container and iterator interfaces. As I explained to you, my container have a getIterator function, and my iterator has two functions. One of them has next, and other one is the next. I explain them in UML. Let's go and let's implement them to concrete classes. For this purpose, I will go to the post uh, post iterator.php. I will increase my window size. We will include container and iterator.php because we have interfaces in this file, and we will include the post to use it. Post iterate. I want to start with the post repository. This one implements the post container, and it have a private feature called post. This is actually an array or some. It can be some collection. Depends on the situation. Then we will have a construction function inside of this construction file. By using db variable, db object, we get all posts in the database, and we will create a questionnaire post object for each row in the database. Then we will store each object into posts private property. When I call the get iterator function, I will get the post iterator instances from this class. I will use these instances to get my posts in the collection one by one. Also, get collection returns the collection of the posts. Let's go and see the post iterator. When you write in Java, you can define this inside of the post repository, but in PHP I don't recommend it, because nested function in PHP cause some problems, some definition problems. This function have the index properties to keep track the next post. Then the container, as you know, we have a container. This one gets the instances of post repository. Then next post will check there is a post. There is a post to return or not. We count the array length, and we will, if it's smaller than it is smaller than, we will get false. If its index, if index is smaller than length of the container, we will get true. If the index is bigger than count of the container size, we will get false. This method will return our next post to us if the has next method return true to us. Otherwise, we will get a null object. This is our iterator pattern, and I want to show where it's used and how it's used, how it's implemented. For this purpose, I will go to the post.php. As you know, as you can see here, I include the related PHP files to this file, and I create the post repository by sending db object to it, and by calling the get iterator function of this class, I get my post iterator. Here I will say there is a post to return. If has next post return true to us, we will get or post by calling next function of the post iterator. Then we will show the related information in the inside of the HTML tag. This is the usage of the iterator pattern in our system, and I explain how the increase eatability rate and toxicity rate of a post, and how delete a post, and let's see how it used in the view parts. Let's go to the post page, post.php. Firstly, we will check the log. We will check the post ID is exist or not. If I send a request without an ID, we will go to the index page because we don't have an ID to show the post. Then we get the related post by using getPosts static function of the questionnaire class. I explain how it's work. We get the related post. Then we will get its informations to show the user by calling its get methods. Then we get the category of the post by calling by using a SQL query. Then I show all information to user, as you can see here, and here we have two forms. One of them to increase or eatability rate, the other one for the increase toxicity rate of the mushroom. I explain how they operated in the controller.php controller in controller files. I think here we explain them. Also, we have some form here, which use it to make some comment, to add some comment to post. This post gets the ID of post. This form have some hidden inputs, like this one. This will get the post ID, and also we have user email in the system as session part, as you know. When I click the submit, I will go to the comment.php. We know it. Let's go. In the comment.php, we will get the first in fields, form fields. Then, if it's necessary, we will convert them into a secure way by using HTML special char function. As I say to you, we have user email already in the session global variable. Then we will get the user information because we need to use user ID to make a comment, to post a comment. We get it here. Then we prepare a query to insert a post to system. In post table, we have post ID, post user ID, and comment. This is the content of the comment. Then we have another feature too. It is the created date. We execute it. Then we will return back to post.php file. Also, we can let's explain them in another video. See you guys. Take care of yourself.